He's going to try to hunt down Skyless for the 2 points if he can pull it away and leave it up to Oz to do the rest. Nia is going to do it, so Calc does manage to clutch up. It's going to be a siphon, which is enough to keep him alive for a little bit longer, but again, the next zone is a 5-tick. If Oz doesn't find some kind of med kit or something seriously soon, he's out. He's going to be out of this game right now.
Yeah, it's going to be over, and they've got a really long rotate with a lot of teams ahead of them. And I talked about Calc's team having to play aggressive on the setup. When you set up on edge to try to get your Storm Surge, that's where you're going to find the desperate teams because you're the closest target. Oz just missed that one. Oz just managed to miss it. I think that's actually onto Ronaldo's team that's ahead of them. I did see Ved lurking off to the right as a solo potentially, so there's a lot of other shambles teams out here, but here it is. Calc's game is over. OSP is soon to follow. They're going to go down, kicking off this game in 10th place, and they have a victory out on the board in these first 4 games, just showing that it's all about consistency, or if you're going to have inconsistency, you've got to be as good as Niddle's team, who's managed to get 2 wins out of the first 3. So even though their second game wasn't so great, they had 2 of the best games they can, and nothing short of that is going to make it into top 6 right now. Calc's team needs to have a monumental game 5 and 6.
Yeah, and again, they've already proven that they can do just that. They can make big strides, but just unfortunate for them to have the actual second-place team in the tournament need Surge and just coincidentally collide across one another for the full-on fight there. The battle was just not one you wanted to see go down, but here's a look at Owl, Chaotic, and Strep at 72 points right now. Not bad at all, considering we're getting to the later portions of the game now. Remember, any of these teams in the top 20 still have a very good chance at jumping up the standings here now, and they seem like they're doing just that. There's a lot of other big names still up right now that are inside the running right here. I think Ether Boxer, we saw just a little bit there on one of the panning shots, still be up as well, and they're pretty much vibing out in that 70-point threshold as well, just on the top 5.
Yeah, and we see the stat fly in there to kind of back up what me and Monster have been saying. We've been feeling it, and it is true through the first three games. This is the closest NA East heat today. And, I mean, if you look at the leaderboard, you know already. You know how ridiculously close this one is. And we're seeing an interesting zone here. It's pulling a little bit further north, so a lot of these teams that had those really long pulls, those really desperate runs through Storm, are now going to get a little bit of a breathing room as zone comes back towards them. But it also means this edge is now going to be heavily contested, as Split's team has got potential half-half on high ground. Casca, Niddle, and Smacked also on this edge coming out of Retail Row. And I think they know there might be a solo or someone lurking nearby because they're definitely looking for something here.
Well, what a game we have in store for you today. The hype has been building all week and we're just moments away from kickoff time. Stay tuned for the live action. Hello everyone, great to have the pleasure of your company here at Bramall Lane. I'm Derek Ray, with me for commentary is Lee Dixon, and there are a few more enjoyable days on the football calendar than opening day in the Premier League. It's Sheffield United up against Leeds United.
Thank you, Derek. Brilliant atmosphere here today. All that hard slog in pre-season, all aimed for this game. First game of the season, all that preparation. It's for this 90 minutes. Focus on it, get the 3 points, move on to the next one. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, man, that's it. Time to sim, nope. Settings, yes. Game settings, yes. Boys, camera vision, next for them surfers, music off. Okay, I'll keep it that on 100. Okay, let's play, boys. Wait a second. Okay, let's go. Let's get into the writing match and let me listen to songs. And songs. Okay. Sorry, bro, sorry, late. Sorry, boy. Yeah, what's up, Margie? What's cooking, Margie? What's cooking?
Well, here's how the lineup looks for Sheffield United. The wing-backs are going to be crucial in this setup. You played in that position, Lee.
Yeah, I didn't really like it, and we always thought when we were playing against 5 at the back with the wing-backs exposed like this in this formation, that a 4-4-2 can really create a 2v1 down the side, so keep your eye out for that, and the 3 narrow midfield players supply the support for the 2 forwards up front.
And a look at the Leeds United starting 11. Would you call it 4-5-1, Lee?
Yeah, I really like this formation, Derek. 4-2-3-1, really. two central midfield players supplying support to a three ahead of them, and then a lone striker with a number 10 just behind him.
And he's through here. In
Oh!
it goes! That will do
Who's on my
nicely for
feet now?
starters.
Who's that,
First
G?
goal of the game.
Who's that, man? Number 9.
Well, we see it again here. It's a peach of a through ball, and he had choices of what type of finish to apply, and bang, he goes for the smash. Lovely goal.
Yeah, man, G.
So the match has restarted. 1-0 here. Great vision to switch the play. Good tackle. It'll be a throw.
Come on, next. Give it.
Roberts. And Bamford. Frankie de Jong. Well, the attack looks promising. At times they make passing look easy. Opportunity here. Crucial tackle. Brilliant. Well, a new era begins with a new manager in charge, and it's always interesting to see how that goes. One thing we can say without any fear of contradiction is that you don't get an awful lot of time in football nowadays.
No, you don't, Derek, that's for sure. And it will take a little time for his ideas to get over to the players. I'm sure he's got big plans for this team, and it all starts here today.
And the keeper has the measure of it.
That's close,
So, a corner here. And firing it into the area. It hasn't come to very much. Well, they had a decent reading of that ball in.
You need to put the team, G. Okay, my ball, okay, my ball. Oh, man.
Roberts. Rafinha. Can he do it? And thwarting his opponent in the nick of time.
Placement, God.
Over the touchline for a throw-in. Chance to cross. Looks promising, this.
Ooh.
Can he put it away? Oh, it was a crucial challenge. And we can bring you news of a goal now in the match at Old Trafford. Here's Alan McInally.
It's a goal for Manchester United. 25 minutes played, 1-0.
Thanks very much as always, Alan. It needs an accurate cross. Splendid defending, and it needed to be. The attack continues. They're making considerable progress. Gives it a go. Just couldn't get it through. Cleared away. Dangerous looking attack. De Jong.
Oh.
Just the clearance that was needed.
Le ball, bien. Real Madrid. There we go.
And the cross is very much on. It did look on for them, but not to be. Geiger. See if something comes of this. And he could really get at the opposition. A fine block. That was perfectly timed, and it is going to be a corner.
The noise is great. Can the players react to that? Can they equalise?
And he's fired over the corner. Well, the pass not finding its target. Playing with purpose and control. And the referee has pointed to the spot. He's given the penalty. And now, let's see if they can level it up. Well, he'll be thanking his lucky stars that the referee settled for a verbal warning rather than a booking.
Now just bad, G. Now just bad. I'm coming here to the shoes on me, G.
Can they stop it going in?
Oh,
And a time for composure on the ball. De Jong. Well, there is going to be stoppage time, but only the 1 minute. Roberts. And he's in. And it's there for him. They've gone and scored again. They're doing everything in their power to make sure they're not pegged back.
Well, they say there's no better time to score just before half-time. The team talk of both sides are going to be changing now. It's a good finish, Derek, and they deserve the lead. Well, there's nothing better for a manager when a plan comes together. Total satisfaction.
What?
That is that for the first half here.
There we go, my G. Let's be lit. Tell your mama I love it. Tell your mother I love it.
Plenty to consider based on what we've seen so far as the second half begins. Harrison. On to De Jong. Jack Harrison has it. Here's Rafinha. Ferran Torres.
Torres.
An attack full of promise, going about his defensive business with a minimum of fuss. And a goal has gone in at Goodison Park. Let's get details from Alan McInally.
It's a second goal for Chelsea. 50 minutes played. 2-0.
Many thanks, Alan. On the offensive. Tremendous ball played through. And a goal to increase their advantage to 3. Can they be stopped? This is looking rather comfortable for them. 3-0.
Long play doing exceptionally well. Jack.
And they'll get ready for the throw-in.
Possession certainly isn't a problem for Leeds, and all of their team are enjoying this performance. That's why they're winning, that's why they're one of the best teams.
Ferran Torres. Just looking for the right moment for that final pass. Giving the ball to the opposition that time. Half an hour. Remaining then. Berge. Stevens. Getting the ball forward. Lundstrom. It comes to absolutely nothing. Well, very significant transfer news, and I can tell you this is now official. Marquinhos has completed his move to Leipzig. Oh, in with a chance. The cut back. A goal! And I'll tell you what, on this sort of form, very few would lay a glove on them. And this is turning into something of a rout. 4-0. And he's made headway. Surely, was it the denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity? If so, he's off. Well, you cannot put in an illegal challenge under those circumstances. Red card it is.
Well, he didn't even look for it, did he? He didn't wait for the referee. He knew it was coming. Off he goes.
So a throw in here. Now he must favour the cross. And we can bring you news of a goal now in the match at Old Trafford. Here's Alan McInally.
It's a second goal for Manchester United. 73 minutes played. 2-0.
Alan McInally keeping us right up to date. He succeeds in clearing it. Both managers deciding this is the time to change things around. Both teams going to the bench. Cross towards that far post. Aware of the threat, solving the problem. Giving the ball away. And the referee takes exception to the challenge. Free kick. Can they take advantage?
Yes!
And he read it really well. Fine save.
Yes, man! Come on, boy! I don't want to buy a new striker, boy, you son!
He's driven in the corner and clears his lines. It might be on for them. No problems for the keeper.
The left is the right footed. Oh.
Let's get an update from Goodison Park where there's been a goal. Alan McInally can tell us about it.
It's a third goal for Chelsea. 4 minutes remain. 3-1.
Regular updates from Alan McInally along the way. A real opening now. Oh, that was a terrific stop in a 1-versus-1 situation.
Well, high fives all round for the goalkeeper. Absolutely fantastic.
It might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know. Well, adding up all the stoppages, we will have 2 extra minutes.
Shakalaka bomb, yo! It's really hard, yo. It's really hard. I haven't played FIFA in 2 months, yo, guys.
And just the 1 minute left in normal time here.
And the reason I'm playing it is because... Oh, yeah.
And there goes the final whistle. Job done by Leeds United today. Lee, your assessment?
Well, it takes 4 to 5 games to really get your match fitness at the start of any campaign.
Thanks for viewership, yeah. Thanks for the viewership. That's
And
right.
it's through here.
Second shot. Look at me go, Mara Aga. Look at me go. Let me play you like my man. Boss, man, I ain't gonna do that shit. Yeah, man. Let's play some mother-loving songs. Man, let me listen to Fortnite.
Really trending their way up the standings right now. They're already in first place by a large margin. They're making it even wider here with every single elam they pick up. On the other side for Foden, though, he's not looking too hot. Very unfortunate for him to not have any teammates to really work with and sitting on the edge of the zone now, but luckily, keeps low profile, doesn't get spotted out. Cascadino and Smack should be making a clean rotate here.
We're going into game 4 now. Second place, Hornets team is down. 5th place, Ether's team is down. 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th are down. So this is again going to be a big shake-up. The focus is now on our teams that are still up. And right now, this even gives potential for teams like Owl, who are in 11th, to jump up. There's only 6th, 4th, 3rd, and 1st up. So right now, everyone is going big on the points here if they can. Cascadino and Smack are looking that much better. Set up next to Mikey and Ronaldo, and they might be able to get an easy elimination, but looks like Foddy here as a solo is trying to maybe flex a bit of the aggression, being like, look at all the builds, I'm definitely not a solo, you don't want to push me, because right now I think that's honestly just a big bluff on his part, but they get zone pulls right towards them here. I'm seeing a big cluster on that southeast section. 2 teams need to make that rotate through the water, but for your first place team, things are looking fantastic, and they could pull off 3 victories out of 4 games here now. They are poised to potentially do it.
Yeah, it's very possible, and with most of the top 10 not being in the standings, at the very least, they're just breaking away from the pack here, and just one step closer to solidifying themselves to the top 6. Ronaldo's still up there. Chaotic Strep and Owl's still up, one of the few in the game here that are just outside of the top 10. They have jumped themselves up just a little bit in the last game around their show. And no, Owl, big mistake, steps out a little too far and gets focused out there. Thought he had a wall there, but there wasn't one. And that fresh build's now being completely targeted and focused by other teams. This is actually Cold and Crip on the other side of the wall. These guys are so good. They had phenomenal weeks inside the qualifiers. Their run today, not looking too hot. But again, this is a team that once they get going, they can really pop off. They are just inside the top 15, so they're not completely out just yet.
Yeah, it's just those little mistakes. That's literally all it takes in these lobbies is one less wall, one position, one step too far, and you go down as Gandhi gets another elimination in the feed now as well. 14 teams, 37 players, and this zone is pulling not too difficult. It's going back more towards the north again, so all those teams on the south side have to rotate. You see Mikey and Ronaldo in a really aggressive low ground fight against Yuzz's team in there. Smacknell and Kasker on the edge taking shots in, but they've got to rotate. I think Middle's team trying to play a bit more aggressive because unless that Harpoon has found a refresh, they're looking pretty shambles on the material as Smite, Split, and Strafe make the rotator. They're in a very, very good spot in third here.
Yeah, not bad at all. And 95 points to work with, too. But on the other side, Niddle still popping off. Finds his fourth Elim and now working his way towards the top 10. Here comes a quick layer change, and it's a good read. They get into some old enemy tarps that are fully built out for them. This is absolutely great for them now. They get to save the material that they don't have right now. They really don't have much to work with. Niddle expended so much. He was going to sit back in the zone and try and pull what he could. And I mean, it's going to allow his team to extend just a little bit here. But again, they're inside these enemy builds. They're going to have to make a big move soon.
Yeah, they're going to have to make a big play, and Niddle's got that legendary attack shot, and he's making sure he gets the med kit off. He does. He gets it off. He's going to keep pushing forward, and this is actually a strategy you see kind of incorporated a lot by Bizzle, Booger, and Clix's team, just breaking in through old tarps and backing yourself, shotguns out together. Let's see what they can do. They're trying to hold the builds. They're going to end up going left, and the reason why they're playing like this is your first place team is they are not good on material. You can see two builds there in Niddle's back pocket. I don't think Smacked and Casper are much better, but
the man to watch. Is he leaving the club? Well, he starts this game, and we're live on EA TV. And hello to you from the West Riding of Yorkshire. Always a delight to be here at Elland Road. Derek Ray here on the commentary box, joined as always by former Arsenal and England fullback Lee Dixon. And very much looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League. It's Leeds United versus Arsenal.
Thanks, Derek. Yeah, really looking forward to both teams producing entertaining football. Let's see if we get that.
And promising stuff from Arsenal. And a fine cross. And cleared away. Frankie de Jong. Well, this could pose problems for the defenders. De Jong. Can he finish this? And this time it's in. And that is not going to count. The decision is offside, Lee.
Well, it's a good decision from the assistant referee. Spot on there.
Granit Xhaka. Now Bellerin. Well, danger here as he runs at them. And it will be an Arsenal free kick. I must admit, I thought he was going to score with that header.
Yeah, it was a quality cross, and he gets up well, and it's just wide.
Ferran Torres. Well read to win possession back. Well, you never quite know who's going to emerge from the shadows and become a match winner, but this man might be a decent shout. Lee, what are you expecting from him?
Well, yeah, Brace in his last game, he'll certainly be a threat. Can he get another 2 goals or even 3 in this game?
And he read it well defensively. Rafinha. As clean as a whistle, that challenge. Could be a chance to break here. Will they profit from this situation? Well, he has the measure of his man. Can they cover up? Well, it came to nothing in the end. Nicely cut out.
In the ring now to go ahead and take a step, take a seat at the top 6 most likely here now.
Niklas Süle. Thomas now. Granit Xhaka. Nicolas Pepe. Martin Ødegaard. What can he do from here? Can they forge ahead? Ball is loose. Well, they can keep possession of it now.
Well, how is this game still level? Really, really good goalkeeping.
He continues his run. And both hands on it. Good goalkeeping.
When you look at those stats, Derek, it tells a story all of its own. They haven't created enough chances. The forwards have been off their game as well. They haven't really utilised the wide areas for me. But they should go on and win the game, to be honest.
Anything can happen. Anything will happen.
Thomas.
And we just saw that right now. It was crazy. We think of it.
Well, far from textbook defending. Alas, he's made us move too early. Offside. Roberts. Here's Rafinha. Well, it's one pass after another. Fine cross into the middle. And Leno untroubled.
Yeah, it was such an entertaining watch. It kind of had it all. I mean, there was
and 1 minute of stoppage time has been added on.
It was just amazing to watch. But yeah, I mean, you can't write them off the fact that they got to third position and got Studio again.
And with that, the first half draws to a close. Well, he's got a few things right in this first half, but not everything.
Well, it's not been a great first half of football as far as he's concerned. He seemed a little bit...
Now, you at home, have you ever wanted to learn something from a professional player? Well, guess what? Living here is your teacher. Everyone can see. It's time to get to the school.
I just really wanted to highlight how...
Plenty to consider based on what we've seen so far as the second half begins.
And what he ends up doing here is basing the net to this...
Granit Xhaka. Nicolas Pepe. Losing possession here. Patrick Bamford. Arsenal will have to throw it back in play. Not a big piece of transfer news to relay to you, and this is hot off the press. Leon Goretzka has completed his move to Barcelona.
Well, Derek, a figure of around £105 million is being bandied around. I'd say you're getting a quality player for that sort of money. He should be a real asset to the club.
This might be the perfect counter-attacking opportunity. Arsenal get the advantage from the referee. Opportunity it is. Courageous goalkeeping, but he's got the ball.
Well, you have to be brave, don't you, diving at the feet of a player like that. Good goalkeeping.
Well, that's not watertight defending. Might be a chance here. Well, there is the opening goal. The pressure finally telling, and they get their due reward.
Well, here it is again. He does so well to slip past his man, left him stranded, and once he gets himself settled with the keeper to beat, he hammers it into the back of the net. Smashing goal.
And 30 minutes left for play in this match. Patrick Bamford. You can sense the threat is there. Top-class defending. And winning it back. Well, this is certainly the home of live football, EA TV, and looking forward to bringing you more action from the Premier League. It's Leeds United facing Everton.
Yeah, the fixtures coming thick and fast. Should be a good game, that. Oh, hopefully that.
On 105 points now, but there's a few teams at 91, 80. I mean, there's 11 points between 5th and 8th position where anything can happen there. And despite the fact that Hornet and Skylix and Light have dropped down quite significantly, they're still...
That's not the commentator's curse.
19 eliminations is looking good.
So a personnel change then. We're now inside the final 20 minutes of the game. Moving into the advanced position. And delivered into the box. Well, no danger now. Granit Xhaka. Nicolas Pepe. And they'll get ready for the throw-in. And threading it forward. And it all counts for naught. And caught by the keeper.
Well, Derek, when the chances are few and far between, it's very important the forwards stay focused. Not many chances out there. Can they get one of those chances to get them back in the game?
And don't forget, we have more Premier League action coming up for you on EA TV. It's Arsenal facing Wolves.
Well, that should be a really interesting matchup. Atmosphere, I'm sure we're going to get an absolute belter, Derek.
Granit Xhaka. Martin Ødegaard. Good pass.
The players are using this energy from the crowd to drive them forward time after time to get back into this.
There might very well be late excitement. 5 minutes left and the margin just 1. And beyond the last defender, offside. Trailing as they are, they're not likely to get too many opportunities late in this game. Patrick Bamford. Just the challenge that was required. Nicolas Pepe. And now with Aubameyang. Pepe. An authoritative challenge. He might be able to profit from the wide position. Harrison. He's in here. Well, good defending. Clattered out of there. Time is not on the side. This corner could help the prospects as they look for an equaliser. And he's clear as lines. And that brings this game to an end. Real disappointment for Leeds United.
And again, falling in 31st place, it just sounds so deceiving because that team is like the 13 minutes in that game. So 31st doesn't mean you just landed and got taken out. No, these teams are landing, they're getting comfortable, they're situating themselves, they're rotating out, and then surge fights happen.
I guess the big teams ought to beat my ass, Jack.
Like all kinds of just different scenarios you get to find yourself in inside Fortnite. Like, no two games are going to ever be the same. So even teams up at the front lines, even teams that have been playing perfectly so far, anything can still happen, and that's why teams like Owl, Chaotic, and Strep, they can fall, right? They can fall at random any given times because you never really know what's going to happen. Same like Skylix, Hornet, and Light here. They were doing so well coming up to this, and then last game, they had to clash up against our top 10. They had to clash up against Joji, Calc, and Oz, and that didn't end well for them.
Didn't end well for them at all, and that's what it comes down to. It's those surge kind of battles, and this zone is now pulling a bit more north. This is going to be a different kind of change of pace. This is where teams like, Calc, Joji, and Oz can maybe have the big jump up they need. It's not out of the realms of possibility. 2 back-to-back wins could see anyone jump up in the top 6 right now, and I know you might be saying, Ozzy, that's a bit of a stretch, like you're just trying to build hype, but really, there are players in this right now who could pull off back-to-back wins who just haven't had the game so far, especially when it comes to that high ground position. If any of them get a decent zone, if they're in a decent position, they can easily pull off the win. There's not as much mobility in the game right now. If you're a team on high ground, you get a decent zone and you hold it. I mean, teams like the XZ team here as well with Clarity G, I'm looking at them to potentially take away one of these 2 wins and have a big jump up.
Yeah, they almost had it. They had some really great runs, and all of a sudden, that top 5, that top 10 they had. And honestly, when they get there, when they get to that game, they look strong. They get in their groove. They really do have that championship pacing. It's always how I look at this trio. Remember, they were landing at Pleasant Park kind of leading into this. Didn't find a lot of success there. Now taking up Lazy Lake because of the freedom of space here. Things are going a lot better for them. In the last game, though, they were contested here. They were actually being held out at some point or another, team rotating in. It seems like this time they have a lot more room to work with them. They get the entire drop spot to loot. It's going to be perfect for this trio.
Yeah, kind of interesting, and we haven't been able to watch the spawn fight every single time here. It hasn't happened every game, though. I think maybe 2 out of the games we've seen so far here, so it looks like they do better when they are uncontested, as you'd imagine, but at the same time, you've still got to manage your surge in this area. The zone is kind of nearby. We've only lost 1 team so far of the 30 31 that started, so this is going to be an interesting game. Normally towards the last couple games, NA East really heats things up. You want to try and jump up in that top 6, but there's also teams right now still trying to fight for that top 17. I mean, looking over at EU, we've already had some big upsets today. Benji Fishy's team not even making it to reboot round. It is possible. It doesn't matter how good your team is. You can have an off day and you can not even make it to the last-ish reboot round. And we have 3 reboot rounds. So the possibilities of a lot of these teams making it through reboot, even if they don't get top 6, is up there. So there's maybe some people just playing safe, trying to hold on to a top 17, like Ethan's team here on the edge of the map, getting a pretty favourable zone for them. They're able to swim around.
A lovely day for football, and a warm welcome to Goodison Park here on Merseyside. I'm Derek Ray, and joining me in the commentary position is the former England defender Lee Dixon. And we've got Premier League action coming right up. It is Everton up against Leeds United.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. Real pleasure to be here. Looking forward to this game. Players will be a bit nervous. I was always nervous at the start of games. It's important you get your first pass off.
Well, tackling like that, the onus is on the referee to take action potentially. Referees like to manage the game just as much as players do, but today it is an early yellow card, and we'll see what effect that has on the match.
Well, it'll have a big effect, especially on the player, and also the defenders around that player that's been booked earlier in the game, because they now know he's walking a tightrope.
Alan. Tremendous ball played through. Not to be this time. Well, for Leeds United, a case of trying to bounce back after a defeat last time out again.
Where these guys are going or get more of an insight, so they're rotating here towards the edge around near Sweaty. They could be, I don't even know at this point, Monster, but 82 points, I think they're doing better than really most of the teams that are still going in to that Holy Hedges contested fight, so I like them having the backup plan.
Yeah, they might be coming out of Misty or the Craggy Cliffs up north or something here, because honestly, they're right on that river bend. It's very early in the game as well. They have a lot of shields to work with. That's the only drop spot I can assume they've managed to somehow literally yoink away in this competition, because we were sure that all these drops were all being heavily contested, but you know, things change, things happen. We knew that Holly Hedges was looking like a spot that they might have had a bit of a contest as well, or was one that was up for grabs, but
to Arsenal, how do you expect this game to go from their point of view, Lee?
Well, the coach and the fans will be disappointed with losing 1-0 at home, and they can't really see them getting anything out of the game today, Derek, to be honest with you.
Well, that is how to run at defenders. Bakambu. Well, he didn't have it quite on the target, Lee.
No, it was a great opportunity. Sometimes you've got a choice, power or placement. He should have put his laces through it.
Well, I know many people question the wisdom of using him in this position, but you have to say he's adapted well, and if the last few games are anything to go by, this could become a pattern.
Well, yes, Derek, he's been terrific, hasn't he? It's been difficult adjusting to the new role, but he's really bedded in now. By the end of the day, the manager and the coaches don't worry about him playing there anymore. He's been putting in a big shift for the club, and to be fair, he's been doing exactly the right thing.
And winning it back.
Statistically, I think that's probably most of the teams who are newer coming into this season, and honestly, some are making it work and some are just
Alan. The ball with James Rodriguez. And he takes it on. Not the easiest of situations for the keeper. Well, he's given a corner, the referee. And firing it into the area. James Rodriguez delivered into the area here. Great chance with that header, but he sent it wide of the post.
Well, it's quite easy to head that one over the bar. This time he just gets his angles wrong, just past the post.
I believe there's been a goal in the Newcastle United match. Alan McInally.
It's a goal for Southampton. 26 minutes played. 1-0.
Thanks, Alan. Bakambu in with a chance. It's still there for him. What a genuine opportunity, but it was squandered. Goal kick.
Well, the ref will hear the crowd all right. We can hear him from here. He's taking some stick.
Good looking pass. That's not a bad ball. Just couldn't capitalise there.
Fantastically, but 10 eliminations on each player means that everyone's pulling their weight, and I think as format progresses,
Ferran Torres. And the pass over hit.
I think we have to look over one of those old emotions of one player on the team being, the IGL who's less mechanical and maybe smarter but leads the team, because everyone's pulling their weight in eliminations
Alan.
here, and quite often when you see these top tier teams, a lot of them are involved
Joshua
in the
King.
decision-making process.
Here is Digne.
It's very rarely just
Bakombu.
one person calling the shots at him.
Yeah, let's not forget they've won multiple games too.
Passing it around, looking for the goal that would put them ahead. And a useful cross. It had an invitation attached, but he couldn't avail himself of the opportunity.
Well, just look at him. He thinks it's in, just wide.
Roberts. Rafinha, untidy in possession. So 1 minute of stoppage time, that's what the officials have said. Bakombu. They will be now. Well, he dealt with that ball played in rather well. So the whistle then, we're at the halfway stage in this match. They were able to just pretty much bully anyone off high ground with the Peppers. They'd be backside of a first rotating zone, they pepper to front and then instantly ramp up. There's no RPGs, there's no shockwaves, there's no way to really stop a team if they're coordinated with the Peppers going at the same time. So it is an plenty to consider based on what we've seen so far as the second half begins. Huge rises in their strength with the inventory. How good don't really get anything like that. Bakombu. Digne. Good looking sequence. He got in the way of that cross. Not able to put it behind for what will be a corner here. Well, you might say he'll be happy with some aspects of his performance so far, but not every aspect, Lee. And it still could be dangerous. King. A goal on the back of sustained pressure. Now they deservedly hold the advantage. Second business then, and Everton with the advantage. Well, let's join Alan McAnally because there's been a goal at the King Power Stadium. Alan?
It's a goal for Leicester City. 53 minutes played. 1-0.
Many thanks, Alan. Danger here as he runs at them. Just unable to get his cross beyond the first defender. That's very effective, good high pressing.
Everyone is about tied for the spots that they need, and even the guys above that, they're not
really good high press.
As far as cushion or comfort goes with how many points they have. And I love the cross across end games, everything
and a chance to level it. Oh, tremendous goal! Technical excellence to finish that one off. Wonderful to have that in your repertoire. So a level contest, 1-1. And given away. And this is not looking good for Ronaldo's team. They get ran into by the first place team who's down. Roberts. Well, they'll be happy to have. And now it's on NRG's Ronaldo to solo duo against the first place team. That was an uncharacteristically aggressive push from Niddle's team there. I don't know what prompted that, but unfortunately Ronaldo's team is on the receiving end and there's not much you can do to kind of get out of that one as a full trio. At least one of your players is going down if you're going to go into toe-to-toe with Niddle, Casca, Smack. Regained possession.
When that storm surge warning is up,
and space to attack. Oh, nice ball over the top to chase. It must go in, surely. He was staring right at an open goal lead, but could not finish.
Well, I'm not a goal scorer, but even I would have put that one in.
Elder Costa. Frankie de Jong. The attack continues. They're making considerable progress. Interception to snuff out the danger. Well, that important piece of transfer news, previously unconfirmed but now official. Milan Skriniar has completed his move to Bayern.
Well, I think everybody will be excited by this transfer. He's a real star turn.
But fisted away by the goalkeeper. inside the last quarter of an hour. Elder Costa. Oh, great vision. Can he keep his composure? And begging to be put away. Oh, a goal! How about that for degree of difficulty? Simply off the charts. What a big moment in the dying embers. Will it prove decisive here? Well, still pressing for a goal here. Oh, it's a penalty. How about that? And at this late stage too, an opportunity for them to level matters. And still danger here. And throw-in it's going to be. Here it is now, a substitution. This could be the equaliser. Really important tackle. Working brilliantly as a team to force the clearance. It will be a throw. Could cross it in here. Well, a corner it is, and they know they've got to be opportunistic at this stage of the game. And a very good challenge.
Yeah, I can only imagine that Middle and Smack, they were just thinking,
1 minute remaining. Digne. And that brings this game to an end. Real disappointment for Leeds United and the fans.
That is all around. Again, impressive things you don't really see very often. You got to give credit where credit is deserved, and that is absolutely by far a truly impressive feat. But here, Smack by himself now. One a single Elam to himself. He's got 3 peppers to work with here. The team is doing okay coming into this, right? But again, it was just that wrong fight against the wrong trio at the wrong time. Now all of a sudden, he's left to just fight for himself here.
If you're a Middlecastle or Smack fan, it's almost guaranteed they're making the top 6. And if you're an observer, if you're a fan of anyone else, this is fantastic. When the top teams go down, it only makes the rest of the leaderboard that much tighter as the points are up for grabs. If Middlecastle and Smack took another victory out, that's big points taken away from other teams that arguably need it more. They're fighting for the top 6 like Joji, Osman, Count. And it just means that they can get a high ground position here or a power position, there's just less of those teams lurking around. You've got potentially first place out here. So on the back of the solo, 3rd place is down again. We are seeing huge shifts in the leaderboard, and everyone else has a chance to jump up. Whoever gets this victory out, if there's anyone inside top 10, they're flying through into the top 6 now. So this is going to be a close finish. It's an absolute race to the end. No one in Heat 3 being able to kind of stamp their mark and have a big jump up. It's now Strafe and Smite, our 2nd place team, have gone down. So it's up to Split here to try to solo this one up. This could be a huge game 5.
Yeah, and it's not looking good for Calc, Austin, Joji, who are under the storm surge right now. They're trying so desperately to find any tags as well, even going for open-ended exchanges, and even then, it did not work out. He's going to find 1 tag, but that's not enough. They need many more here in order to survive this surge. This warning here, it's already active. 2 more ticks, and they're out of the lobby. Cub doesn't have anything left. 1 more tick, and he is out of this game. If he gets surged 1 more time, and there it is. Calc is now officially wrapped up. It's up to Austin, Joji. On the other side, Colossus trying to make a rotate through. They don't have HP either to work with as far as picking them HPs up with heals and whatnot. Colossus and Ved, they're all just literally trying to rotate here, cold through the enemy builds, nothing else to work with.
And Colossus, Tamsi and Ved are in 6th place right now. They jumped up 2 places in the last game, so they've been around this top 6 for a really long time. First time we've seen them jump up into it. They got 4 eliminations on the board. They've got everything, and I would be a lot more scared if I didn't see that Harpoon. Colossus trying to get some materials back, realizing he's up against Colossal Crops, one of the very few structures in Fortnite that you can't break, you can't build out of, but they have everything they need except for meds. If they can just find someone, if they can just get an easy elimination with that Harpoon and grab some of the loot, they are back in this with a huge shot to hold on to their top 6, as it looks like Split goes down. 2nd and 3rd are out. The pressure is on now. You have Al in 4th place. You have Hornet in 5th. Tabsy in 6th. Aviv in 7th. Bankline in 8th. These are all teams that have the potential to jump up and not only take a top 6, but honestly, with 2nd and 3rd out and 1st being wounded, they could take a top 3 here.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, those top teams are going to start to just slowly sink their way down, and literally, it's hopeful for them to stay within somewhere inside the top 6 for the 2nd and 3rd place teams, but not very high up after that. It's really going to come down to the last game for most of these teams, and that means we're looking at a very close competition for the breakaway top 6 spot. But for Ved, Tabs, and Colazo, they still need a refresher. They still need a little bit more here in order to really bounce back to the game.
Hello and a warm welcome on what is a glorious night for football. Perfect playing conditions. I'm Derek Ray, joined in the commentary position by Lee Dixon. I'm looking forward to bringing you action from the Carabao Cup. It's Swindon Town up against Leeds United.
Yeah, cheers, Derek. Well, what a big moment for this club and these fans. But as underdogs, you've got to put the pressure up.
Can they forge ahead? And a goal it is! No long wait for the opener today. The opening goal of the game then.
So far, and virtually for free. He's too tough to track. He's too quick. He's on the move. He's the player right there sitting out in the open. Look, he's gone like the when you
Harrison.
can't even catch up to him. He's zooming out of there.
Greenwood. And that pass could be troublesome. And a goal! The quick one too! And they turn this game on its head. So 2-0 now. Tremendous ball played through. Sadly, too many things wrong about that effort.
Oh, everything was wrong about it. Body shape, positioning, the idea of where he was going to put the ball, it was all going wrong. It's a poor attempt, really, for him.
Well, that's a super ball over the top. No, not the best challenge. And he's alone in the middle by the look of things. Might still be able to do a bit of damage. What a lovely strike! Lethal piece of finishing. Drove home with true conviction. Tremendous goal. Poor shot. Not showing good patience. Showing a real will to win the ball. Hunt. Pope. Now let's see what they can do here. And a good looking ball. He'll take efforts like that all day long. Greenwood. Oh, he's really opened them up here. He just needs to stay level-headed now. Oh, what an opportunity. It's been squandered.
Well, you dream of 1v1s as players. He's had one and he's squandered it big time.
Losing possession a bit easily. Greenwood. He's got the right idea with that pass. The end product just wasn't there. Oh, big chance. Well, he strayed offside just as it looked promising. Payne. A foul it most certainly was. Free kick given. Certainly a tricky call for the referee. He's gone for the yellow card, although there are those who would argue that was the denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity.
I'd be one of those, Derek. I think he's very, very lucky.
And the keeper takes charge in dealing with the free kick. running room in the wide position. That's well blocked. Has eyes for goal. And a goal! That's his race. They just can't keep him quiet. Well, it's a tale of 4 goals in this match now. 3-1 it is.
It's a very close game all the way through. Not a blowout, no. And Vivid, you got your wish. Wow. Coming into this last game, the final moment of this game.
Wonderfully weighted pass. Making excellent progress with the ball at his feet. Real chance. Not to be in terms of the finish.
Boy, I'm already immediately stressed. Okay? There's a lot of stress. Okay? Because I want everybody to be happy. But coming into this last game, game number 6, anything can still happen. And I think we very well might see those top 6 trios.
Cooper. Oh, lovely incisive pass. A chance then for the respective managers. The teams are ready to have a go at each other again as the second half commences. Harrison. Adam Forshaw with it. You can sense the threat is there. Crisp tackling. Being pressed and pressed high. It might be perfectly set up for the counter-attack, you know.
This is what it's all about. The bubble the boys mentioned as well, Monster and Ozzy there. Anyone at this point wants to try and get into the league round, of course, top 16. When you look at the actual table itself...
Well, how about this for a big transfer story? Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has completed his move to Barcelona. He's in with a chance, and it's there for him. Well, he's missed it, and you have to be opportunistic, Lee, when you're chasing a game.
2 goals down, you've got to take chances like that, Derek. Leeds have been in total control of possession. It's important to have strong, dominant players in your midfield, and they've got that. Just look at what that control gives you.
We've got to talk about a trio that is on the bubble right now. We haven't seen too much.
It might be on for them. And that pass could be troublesome. Well, for power, 10 out of 10. For placement, maybe 8. And 30 minutes left for play in this match. Read it magnificently and intercepted. And a friendly reminder that we have more action from the Premier League coming up. It's Leeds United facing West Bromwich Albion.
Yeah, I'm predicting a cracker there. Both teams will have a real go at each other, I'm sure.
Greenwood. And he read it well.
To give you guys at home, obviously you guys watching at home, we're all about narrative here. We love a narrative. We love stories that kind of unfold on FNCS.
And a clear foul, but the referee letting the play flow. But it can't get through. Committed challenge. Simple save, really.
The trio I chose, and Mike Co. They're at 11th place at 77 points. You're talking literally 5 points in the 11th and 6th position. Now, this is how things stand going into the very final game. Middletask getting smacked, not a surprise. This is stressful. This, look how tight this is. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, those guys, I think we're pretty much good to go. I think Nittel and Co, they've qualified, and GG those guys. But second, third, fourth position, 121, 120, 120 points. For C-Split, Hoffman and Dankline come up. We haven't really talked about those guys at all. Sneak into third position there as well. But look at 5th and 6th position at 118, 115. That entire top 10 there are all capable of going all the way against that 6th position there, where Tabs, Kalata and Ben have held it down. The gatekeepers remain firmly there. It's going to be a case of last one's in, first one's out, going into the next final game. Vivid, this is out of control right now.
Yeah, absolutely. They were still in that 6th spot. They held down that gatekeeping position. They have 150 points, but man, that 7th place team 113. And I love the fact that this is looking at that victory. We're Royale right there because he puts himself in striking distance. Only 16 points behind that 6th place.
Hunt.
Very good lead. Dare I say another victory Royale.
Into the advanced position. Wonderful tackle.
Yeah, definitely. Both teams that we chose as well.
Thank you.
This is going to be a mini story where it's over. You can see here as well, the top 16 positions.
Now potential danger. Will it be? Still possibilities. Into the goalkeeper's grateful grasp at the second time of asking, but first time around it was a good deal more complicated.
Oh, it was a fabulous save initially. He gets the ball in the end with great relief.
Harrison, what can he do from here? Oh, a tremendous block. Crossing opportunity. Well, he strayed offside just as it looked promising.
Right now, one last time we're jumping on out the battle bus and hoping to God we can play 6.
And a throw-in it's going to be. An attack full of promise. Well, there is a very alert goalkeeper for you. And 5 minutes to go. Vital interception, the danger was very real. And good use of advantage, the referee allowing play to continue. Really needed to be spot on with the challenge inside the box. 2 minutes of stoppage time coming up. And breaking at pace with menace. Is it going to be? And a goal to put the final stamp on it. That will do it.
Well, let's see the replay and look at the pace at which the counter-attack happens. And when he gets through to the keeper, he just smashes it past him, gives him no chance to think. A lovely finish.
Well, it has been one-sided, but they deserve the plaudits for the fact that they've kept going and going. There's the final whistle. The travelling fans are full of the joys because they are moving. Can they forge ahead?
Yeah, even then, the top 16 for the regional round is going to come down to the wire. It's going to be very, very close. You have multiple teams that are just really within that striking distance as well. So a lot of teams that drop or fall short this time around, that's it. They're out the game, and there's no more opportunities as this is the last round here. Seascope and Tragics, I knew that they were landing Cracking Cliff. There was no other way they'd be on that river, that bridge, with that much shield. It just didn't make sense otherwise. So it seems like they have had this entire job spot to themselves. And talk about a perfect situation for them. A fight breaking out on the island just across here. This is perfect. He can see everything from the side here. He's playing a 2D game at this point, finding his tags. And it's actually Ved and Colazo have G-War in 6th place. This is so good for them. Remember, if they fully wipe the stream here, which it looks like they did, that's a 6-point swing for them.
And again, I've been putting the biggest amount of respect on the teams here who change up their game plan, who drop their egos and don't just go into a spawn fight. We had Ved, Colazo, and TabsG set to get contested at Holy for AV's team, and then the AV's team ends up getting contested by another. So they left the 3-team fight at Holy to go a drop spot. I have to imagine they've never gone before here at the Flopper Island. They get contested, and Ved picks up the 3 eliminations. That's 6 points. The Storm Surge, this is fantastic. If you're a Colazo, Ved, or TabsG fan, and I have to imagine there's a lot of you, these are some of the most popular guys in the scene, you are sitting very, very pretty right now. They are still close. That will actually be enough points to jump them up into 2nd, Monster. Remember, that's how close our leaderboard is.
Right.
They go from 6th to 2nd with 3 eliminations, but it can change up that quickly as well. I mean, what a start for Colazo's team.
Like you said, from 6th place to 2nd, just off of a draw spot contest, and that's why you cannot get taken out early. You literally have to go the distance now if you want any of these top 6 seats, because Niddle, Casker, and Smack, they're taking one. I'm sorry to say it, they're up there, they have 160 points, they're 40 points above the rest, like they're taking one. Everyone else, no, you guys are not safe, not even close.
Not even close, and again, it's been so close. The other heats, you know, it managed to clutch up a qualification on a little bit less points. It looks like, you know, checking in with Heat 2. Heat 2's a little bit more spread out as well as Doji Calcutta. This is a fight they like to take. They've done this before. They did this last week to Styx's team, and I feel so bad to see it happening to Ronaldo's team. I believe this is Okus that they are all dropping on. The fact that Okus is putting up this much of a fight, honestly, nothing but major respect. That was a 1v3, and if you're confused how this happened, this is a strategy employed by Calc's team a lot. If they see someone as a solo run to loot these triple houses, which a lot of teams do, it is very viable for teams on the Orchard Split to come up here. There's a lot of loot. There's even a bunker chest. Calc's team notices that from Steamy. They hit the stacks and they just fly and descend on whoever it is. They get a free elimination, free Storm Surgeon. That's what Calc's team needs. I mean, 94 points right now. They're down there, but they're still in it with a potential. I mean, I don't want to count them out. They're going to need a huge game. They're going to need like a 10-15 elimination victory out, which we haven't really seen in the NA East EU heats. We've seen in some of the smaller regions, but you never know. It's Calc at the end of the day.
Yeah, it really is, and honestly, those two elims right there, at the very least, remember, they're in 13th coming into this, so it's still a top 16, it's still a battle for the reboot, like we said. If that would have been a bad play for them, hypothetically, and they were taken out, no reboot. No Sunday for them, no shot at taking finals, so all of these fights do matter in some form or way for each and every one of these trios here. DeQuinted, Tetro, and Zemo, though, this is a team that's been, you know, honestly, we've just been sleeping on. They've been kind of lurking in the standings there, right? Very much staying in the fight here. They're at 115 Aussie. They're at 6th place. We already know that just a team wipe is enough to jump you up. Can they win this fight here?
I think the issue for them is their highest place has been a top 5, but they've been consistent. Their worst place was a 17th, so you can't sleep on that. All they need is just one more decent game, one more game where they make it a little bit more endgame. I mean, 30 extra seconds gets you from a top 5 to potentially a win, as it looks like they might be closing this fight out as much as they can, using the vehicle there to blow it up and break up the builds. That's 2 eliminations. There's 1 player left in here, but I'm seeing a full trio rotate in, and I think that might be Cease's team out of Craggy Cliffs. I'm not sure. And if I see Scoped and Tragics on top of me in a fight like this, it's going to look scary, but DeQuinted closes it out quickly. They're looking pretty healthy after this fight, but they're getting wrapped around on it. It is Scoped, Cease, and Tragics. Now, this team is in 8th. They need a little bit more. Are they going to take the fight? Last game, they went down to Storm Surge. So hello,
and a warm welcome to West Yorkshire. We're at Ellen Road, a stadium first opened way back in 1897. I'm Derek Ray, ready to bring you commentary, and joining me is the former Arsenal defender, Lee Dixon. I'm looking forward to bringing you action from the Premier League coming right up. It's Leeds United up against West Bromwich Albion.
Yeah, thanks, Derek. Should be a good game, this one. I always wanted to start the game on the front foot, fast play, force the opposition to respond. Hopefully we get that from the start of this match.
And a look at the Leeds United starting 11. Well, this is a formation most people in the game are very familiar with nowadays.
Yeah, most coaches are adopting this formation. What it does give you is 2 holding players in front of the back 4 to protect them, but it also gives you 3 supporting players to that central striker.
Looking confident with the ball at his feet. Really important piece of last-ditch defending. Ferran Torres. And Bamford. Looks promising, this. Real danger. Just couldn't get it through. Okay, Yokushru. And he read it well. Oh, good vision. Really good challenge. Maitland-Niles. Not a good pass.
Yeah, all of their games have really been not so hot, like, honestly, but again, it shows that a team can really qualify in the final stretch, right? We talked about this miracle.
It needs an accurate cross.
You know, never counting the team out to those last 2 rounds.
And you need your defender to take charge. Fruitful looking attack. And the referee has pointed to the spot. A penalty it is, and a chance for them to forge ahead. He's been admonished by the referee. He's now got to walk something of a tightrope.
Yeah, he knows exactly where he stands. Look at the referee, how he's told him off there. No yellow card.
Oh, he's guessed correctly and saved it. And deciding to go short with this one. It looks promising. Now with De Jong. Oh, a nice looking pass. And danger still. And there is the goal that gives them a well-merited lead. It had been coming. So the match has restarted. 1-0 here. Harrison. And Bamford. Not troubling the keeper. A lovely first touch. That wasn't easy. Ajayi. Meshere. Maitland-Niles. Well, they continue their push for the equaliser, but definitely not forcing it. Patrick Bamford. Intelligent threaded pass here. Oh, surely. Fine reaction save from the goalkeeper.
Goalkeeping at its best. Really, really top draw.
Well, opting for the short corner. In position. An effective challenge. What can he do from here? Maitland-Niles. A move of promise on the flank. And possession given away. Okay, Yokushlu. He read it well defensively. Can they hit on the break? Do they have the guile to open up the defence? Will he find the net? Well, oh, offside. How marginal was that? But the flag is raised. 1 minute of stoppage time has been added on. Ferran Torres. A creative look about this. Lost possession. And the whistle is sounded for half-time.
Instead of changing terrain, they're just beelining straight through. They're trying to get to the closest position possible. It's trap in Nani. They're employing that push strategy.
The teams are ready to have a go at each other again as the second half commences.
The end of the run for them. 37 below. Also, they have to get close.
Well, he likes to run at them. Must be. Oh, it's in. A two-goal cushion now. And the lead fully merited. It's going their way. 2-0. So it's going to be a goal kick here.
Possession certainly isn't a problem for Leeds, and all of their team are enjoying this performance. That's why they're winning, and that's why they're one of the best teams.
They'll be a bit annoyed to have lost the ball. Breaking at pace. Can they keep it going? Might be a chance here. Well, he put the cross into the right place, but no one able to finish it off. Perfect tackle. Patrick Bamford. Half an hour remaining then. Crossing possibilities. A decisive clearance it was. So making the substitution now. Well, they fancy a short one. Well, that attempt was never going to trouble the scoreboard operator.
Well, you're taught as a youngster, technique, technique, technique. He didn't have any there.
Highly significant transfer news. I'm sure you want to hear all about it. Jose Maria Jimenez has completed his move to Old Trafford, Lee.
Well, I think...
Can he finish this? Surely. And thumped away. Read it magnificently and intercepted. Harrison. Good movement. Ferran Torres. He must finish. In it goes. The lead just gets bigger. Surely they can't let this slip now. It's a massive lead, and it's very hard to imagine them losing it now. Well, the ball lost here. Oh, showing excellent vision. Will it be? Oh, no degree of difficulty for the goalkeeper. And we have more live Premier League action coming up for you soon on EA TV. It's Leeds United taking on Leicester City.
Yeah, game after game, the season is relentless, but players just love to play. Give them a game any day of the week. That should be a belter.
I don't think the goalkeeper will be complaining about poor finishing like that, Lee.
No, it's not about the goalkeeper, it's about that poor effort. That really is awful.
Harrison. It's opening up for them. And that was a very fine read. Racing forward, trying to catch them out. Can they take advantage of the situation? How about the cross? Oh, tremendous block. Closing down well and thwarting his opponent in the nick of time. Well, the attack finally comes to nothing and the keeper has it. And with play stopped, they will make the change now. Patrick Bamford. Jack Harrison has it. Can they trouble the opposition this time? It might be on for them. Now can they create something? Another goal! The lead grows to 4 now. A rampant display. Well, there goes the final whistle. Leeds get the victory and take the 3 points. Lee, how would you...
He's trying to get the heel off here. This is not looking good at all. Everyone's trying to get the thirst off here. And the zone's going to come up. It's going to be Pixel Close. No. He falls now. 130 points. Will that be enough? It's high. It's a lot of points, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough now.
Hi, just a couple of questions for you.
This leaderboard is so good. It could be enough, but I highly doubt it. It's going to be on teams like DeQuinton, like Steve, like Aviv, like Lucky to jump up there. They could hold it. They could hold it. I think they end
Thank you for your time.
Al County can stretch. So at least for now they've jumped up in the 5th, but there are 2 teams that could easily bump them out if they have the game they need. So if you're a Collazo fan, your eyes are firmly rooted on those teams that are around that 7th to 10th slot, because any of them can jump up now. This is going to be such a close leaderboard. But Cobalt's team on 125, they're below. If they go down right now, that's another team that was in striking distance out of this one.
Yeah, definitely, but he's trying to heal here. He's trying to out-survive the surge, and it's not looking too hot for him as the tags do come in. He's going to need a little bit more. This is a very, very important Storm Surge fight right here. That will mean everything for Collazo and company, and they do survive. They survive a little bit longer. They get the tags that they need, but Cobalt and Dank are getting dived on. It's High Sky and Animal Horde just next door, and now Leo from underneath with a Viven Zuck here also in the mix here. So these are all teams inside striking distance right now. Surge is over, but Cobalt needs to continue to get active. 128 points. Remember, we saw Collazo, Ved, and company. They had 130. They just had 130.
I mean, that's the thing right now. Cobalt's team is in third. That's how close this leaderboard is. Colazo's team got enough eliminations to jump up in a second, but now they're slowly being caught up. They are out of this one. Adonis gets another elimination defeat. That's second. They are still going strong. First place is still going strong as well, but big eyes on Dankline and Cobalt here. If they can even get 2 more points, 3 more points to jump them up above Colazo's team, that will be massive. We're not over-exaggerating this. This leaderboard is going to come down to eliminations, the difference. I fully believe that. It is going to come down to 2-3 points, if that, as they try to jump their way up. They weren't looking too healthy either. They have no more meds. Cobalt has all the shields. Dankline has all the health, but combined they have next to nothing between them. I don't know, Monster. They get a far zone pool. 129, literally 2 points, will be so monumentally massive if they jump up above Colazo. Even if they get 130, it'll come down to a tiebreaker. No one in that has the victory out, so it'll go down to average eliminations.
And for DeQuincy down low, it's looking very good for him. Yes, he's got 128, he's got 3 elims, but their team is so healthy, they're positioning themselves in front, and they do go down. They go down at 129, so that's one. Colbert gets finished. He does not earn anything. He is out of the game. That's one position now. Frozen in time, 129. 130 for Colazo, Bed, and Tabs. That is how close now. Scope sees Tragics fighting for high ground. They actually need this win if they want to secure their top 6 too. They're just outside the bubble. 118 for the team on height. They need a win. They need a big game. We saw the cutoff, 130, 129. There's a lot of teams up here. They have to continue to push on now.
Adonis has fallen, not his whole team, but so is Split, Smite, and Strafes are out. 4th place is down, 5th place is down, 6th place is down, and 1st place is down. This is literally anyone's tournament for a top 6. This is everything you want out of a qualification game. We are not over-exaggerating this. This is going to go down to eliminations. Calc goes down in the feed. Scope, Cease, and Tragics need this. We've seen that about 130 points has been the threshold set. It is going to fall around that point. Scope's trying to fight for height, pulling out the builds. He only has 12 builds left. The big 102, but Cease has gone down here. This is everything for this team. 127. Tragics and Scope need to hold this one. Scope's got some of the best combinations in this team. He takes him down with the SMG on the drop down. 131. They've jumped up. Everything is a bonus now. He gets to the box and he takes down another one. Scopes keep doing it. Push forward. He needs more out of this game. His team is cheering him on. They're asking for more, and Scopes is doing this. He has had one of the most legendary rises to him inside top 10 that's got shields. I know they have, I don't know, Monster. They get a far zone pool. 129, literally 2 points. Will be at 2. They've done this leader like DeQuincy, like Cease. Worry about one less team this one. This is the point they went down. Another team that was in striking distance out of this one. That will at the top 30. They just how close, slowly being strong. First place is still going 2 more points. 3 for exaggerating this. It's going to come down either. They have 9. Even if they get 130, it'll come down.
And for DeQuincy down low, it's looking very good for him. Yes, he's got 128. He's got 3 elims, but their team is so healthy. They're positioning themselves in front, and they do go down. They go down at 129, so that's one. Colbert gets finished. He does not earn anything. He is out of the game. That's one position now. Frozen in time, 129. 130 for Colazo, Bed, and Tabs. That is how close now. Scope sees Tragics fighting for high ground. They actually need this win if they want to secure their top 6 too. They're just outside the bubble. 118 for the team on height. They need a win. They need a big game. We saw the cutoff, 130, 129. There's a lot of teams up here. They have to continue to push on now.
Adonis has fallen, not his whole team, but so is 4th place. Split, Smite, and Strafes are out. 4th place is down, 5th place is down, 6th place is down, and 1st place is down. This is literally anyone's tournament for a top 6. This is everything you want out of a qualification game. We are not over-exaggerating this. This is going to go down to eliminations. Calc goes down in the feed. Scope, Cease, and Tragics need this. We've seen that about 130 points has been the threshold set. It is going to fall around that point. Scope's trying to fight for height, pulling out the builds. He only has 12 builds left. The big 102, but Cease has gone down here. This is everything for this team. 127. Tragics and Scope need to hold this one. Scope's got some of the best combinations in this team. He takes him down with the SMG on the drop down. 131. They've jumped up. Everything is a bonus. Now he gets to the box and he takes down another one. Scopes keep doing it. Push forward. He needs more more out of this game. His team is cheering him on. They're asking for more, and Scoped is doing this. He has had one of the most legendary rises to prominence in this scene, and now he's fighting Berserk on the high ground. 134, this could be enough, but there's no way to know. But what a performance from Scoped. He's put the team on his back in one game today and got a second. He's doing it again as a solo on a high ground monster.
And I can't believe he won all those fights, but take a look. Knifer is still in this. He's got 127 points as well. Where did he come from? He is still in this. DeQuinton at 6 Elam, Zemo at 2. They've definitely punched their way to top 6 here. There's still multiple players. Knifer finds Joji. Big swings here. It is literally coming down to every single final Elam, every battle here. Take a look at that shot there. Knifer's still in this game right now. 133 now. Oh my gosh. No one is safe here. Not just yet. It is now a three-way battle here. Sticks and Knifer. Zemo and his full trio of DeQuinton. Scope as a solo up above. Just lurking. Watching nearby. Trying to let everyone else do the hard work for him. There it is. The tracking is good, but it's not going to be enough. Just a couple tags here. Now they reset the heels. Oh, that's white tag. That's a knock. Aussie, he got a knock off to DeQuinton. Okay. I think he's punched his way. That's 139 now.
I think Scopes has done it, but Scopes can win this. He's gonna
clutch.
This is coming down to a 1v1. Scopes can win this. He's clutched up a second place today by himself.
Oh my gosh.
He's clutched the top 6. He has to, but can he get the victory out? Scopes is trying to find an angle.
He's going in.
He gets the edit off. He can't close it out. He's trying to find his way through the 48.
Oh my gosh.
Scope, you are ridiculous. A 149-point finish. That's the top 6. Scope has to be the player of the day. I know we do team focuses, but as an MVP, Scopes, what did you just do? At the same time, though, DeQuinton's team with I think a 10 elimination or more second place when they were in 7th. This leaderboard is going to be so close.
Oh no. There's going to be heartbreak. There has to be. It was just that close. It came down to the final game, and we just watched the world burn. How did Scope manage to pull that off alongside Season Tragic? They got 110 points or less.
Right to your mama,
game. They found a couple Eagles, and all of a sudden it broke up to 150 with the Victory Royale. Just one of the closest clutches that we've seen, and it always comes down to the wire at the last game. And that is just how it crumbles sometimes here on the FNCS stage. So from us, Vox, D-Face, and Aussie Antics, we appreciate you guys tuning in. That was just a small taste. Tomorrow's the reboot round, but first, let's send it on over to the desk here. Okay. All right. Wow. I'm not sweating. You are. Okay. It's fine. Everything's cool. There's a lot of things to talk about. Okay, first off, let's just start with the most baseline. Scope is a god. That's my contribution. All right, nice. David?
Yeah, I mean, that is the scoop that we miss. That is the scoop that we used to see all the time. The one that would clutch up all the time. He was like notorious for making those storms. He would always dip into the storm and come around with a nice flank on whoever he was against. Always clutching. Back when he was, trioing with Tfue and dueling with Tfue and everything like that. I remember all of that always happening. And, I feel like we saw that again today. That was an absolutely beautiful play to drop down, go kind of like into the storm, get that small flank on the player, and finish off that 1v1. Just stay on the high ground, waiting patiently. Good clutch.
Yeah, unbelievable clutch. We highlighted him earlier on in the competition as well. I think it was game 2 or 3 was where somehow just managed to keep driving forward and survive, become second place, I think, as well. So with the rest of the team down. And it's these kind of moments. Ozzy touched on it as well. The fact that we highlight certain players, that we celebrate and things. When you see someone who has kind of managed to basically drag his team over the line and get all these eliminations plus placing standing points as well. This leaderboard is going to be out of control. I cannot wait to see what it looks like in a short while's time. Unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness. The individual effort. I mean, just alone, right? Finding yourself in the 1v3 situations and holding on and making that qualifying run. We'll have to see all of this in just a second. But first, we got to relive some of these incredible highlights from this last game across the day as well. Man, NA East, you did not disappoint.
Yeah, let's not forget about how the day started. Niddle, Smack, and Casper kind of flew under my radar, to be honest. And I'm ashamed to say it, but they came out strong and finished strong. We are pretty sure, we haven't seen the leaderboard yet, but I'm pretty sure that they go ahead and secure themselves the top 6 spot even, before this game even happened.
Yeah, and it's because we might banter back and forth about teams that we wanted to celebrate personally, but obviously over the last few weeks we've talked a lot about Calc and Co, who are a great team. They have the experience. You can see here getting their victory royale, had a bad first game.
Well, real excitement here. The signing has been completed, and we're about to see his debut. Will he hit the ground running?
Loved watching this game. They were so resourceful. They used their environment so well and played it all the way into the wire.
Hello everyone, welcome to the King Power Stadium, where the weather is absolutely perfect for football. I'm Derek Ray here on the commentary box, and I'm joined for commentary by Lee Dixon, and we've got Premier League action coming right up. It's Leicester City up against Leeds United.
Yeah, thank you, Derek. I'm really looking forward to this. Both teams certainly capable of producing some entertaining football. Hopefully we'll get that.
Doing it like we know that he can, and on the day has turned up, and I would be surprised. Top 6, great. It could even be a top 5. Need I say a top 4? We don't know. We're going to wait and see what happens all aboard there. But, Tavis was in 6th place before this, Tavis and Co. And they were...
Well, here's how Leicester City will line up.
Which means that their chances well.
And you tend to know what you're going to get tactically from this team. High pressing.
Well, high pressing, high energy. I played this system at Arsenal many a year under George Graham. It doesn't half work when it works well. Sometimes you can just get exposed to the back, but they've got it down to a T, to be fair.
Smacked as well. They've had victory royales today. They have been 33 eliminations strong. The average place was 10.5 with 168 points. Boy, is this.
And a look at the Leeds United starting 11. Pretty well balanced, this formation, Lee.
Yeah, it can be a 4-2-3-1 in the offensive mode, but it can also go back to a 4-5-1 when you're defending. The lone striker will be supported by the 3 just behind him, especially the number 10 who will be given a free roll.
I feel like I haven't seen these guys on the leaderboard. I wasn't paying attention at all, and they're a tech player.
Next weekend and finals weekend, because wow, impressive scores around. But look at this 5th and 6th position here. We can see 9th we featured today a lot as well. Hornet
and the contest begins.
Silex is on 4th place. But look, Tavis, Calazzo, they made it. They're in 130 points, the same as 7th position. Split, Smite, and Strafes. But the advantage is the 30 eliminations to the 24. That's what it comes down to. So close. And your boys made it in the top 10 as well, which is
Madison with it. No frustration for those waiting in the middle. Nice thing with a bit of danger here. Frankie de Jong. Well, John Stones makes his long-awaited debut here today. Lee, what? Oh, in with a chance! The net is staring him in the face, and he clears it out of harm's way. James Maddison. And a change to the scoreline at the Emirates Stadium. Alan McInally can tell us more.
It's a goal for Arsenal. 10 minutes, please. 1-0.
Alan McInally with his finger on the pulse. Well, he's hit it with far too much height.
Well, he's quite a long way out, and if you put power on a ball and just lean back slightly, it's going to rise, and that time over the bar.
Well, play was allowed to carry on, but now that it's come to a halt, a caution. Ferran Torres. And Bamford. Well, for Leeds United, a very good victory in the last game against... Can they forge ahead? Oh, offside. How marginal was that? But the flag is raised.
Number 2, 178 points, 37 eliminations, and an average placement of 8 points.
Of challenge. James Maddison. Ndidi. Cengiz Ünder. Regained possession. Opportunity to take the lead. The importance of that tackle cannot be overstated. And it's a quality pass. Well, can they be creative from here? Fine tackle there to prevent the chance. Oh, he's given it away inexplicably. He's got to score. In it goes. The opening goal in this contest. So the match has restarted. 1-0 here.
I was doing exactly the same thought. We've talked about
moving forward effectively.
Spotlight here as well. We're getting a spotlight from Heat 2. Jaden Shot.
De Jong.
New Savage as well.
Leeds are struggling in terms of possession, but when they've had the ball, they keep delivering the sucker punch. A great advert for low possession, counter-attacking football. It's really working.
I think they're the first team that's ever placed first in a heat as into an FNCS finals. And these guys have done that. That's
applying vigorous pressure.
They actually topped the heat and then moved to a finals.
Is it going to be? And a goal to increase their advantage to 2 overall. That little bit of a cushion. Now it's all about keeping the concentration. So 2-0 now. The attack continues. They're making considerable progress. Harrison. Patrick Bamford. Ball's gone.
Fantastic weekend. And I mean, you know, I'm still just so shaken by that movie with Schofield. It's like the first time. I think in all of the
Rafinha.
Someone come into that final game, clutch the last 3 England and a victory royale.
Given away again.
That's what this is all about. But with that, now to the East is done. I know, you're sad, but wait. We have NA West.
Well, no stopping him.
We have reboot rounds tomorrow.
That's not a bad ball. He read it well, but still work to do. Doesn't want to lose his cool here. And it goes! Well, it's one goal after another. Highly impressive performance. And so it is, the first half story has been written. And the contest begins. Frankie de Jong. The teams are ready to have a go at each other again as the second half commences. Well, they'll be happy to have regained possession. Ndidi. Now it's with Boateng. And the advantage accrues to the attacking side. Will he find the net? Pulls it back. Surely. A goal! And I'll tell you what, on this sort of form, very few would lay a glove on them.
Well, here's the replay. That pull-back cross is so hard to defend against. And then the sheer power of the strike, really impressive. It's a thunderbolt.
And as they restart the game, it's fair to say the gulf in quality between the two sides has been huge. Someone has found the net at Anfield. Who exactly? Alan McInally.
It's a goal for Manchester United. It's been scored by Edison Cavani. There was no stopping his swerving, dipping shot from 25 yards. Great hit. 54 minutes played. 1-0.
Thank you, Alan McInally. Well, I must say he's really been the poster boy for creativity in this game, Lee.
Well, he's been the heartbeat of the team again today. It's a big title, but he carries it off brilliantly well. Happy with responsibility. He's took the ball, he's used it really well. I love this guy.
Justin are being pressed here. And 30 minutes left for play in this match. Successfully cut out. But a big breaking transfer story, and this I can tell you is now official. Joel Matip has completed his move to Bayern.
I think he'll add some real quality to this new club. He's a team player. I'm sure he'll settle in quickly. A proper pro.
Really good challenge. News of a goal in the Brighton game. Alan McInally with details.
It's the second goal for Chelsea. 62 minutes played. 2-0.
Alan McInally with his finger on the pulse. Cengiz Ünder. And they continue to advance, and a lot of options here. He's in behind. A goal here, giving his team precisely what they were looking for. Now he deserves to celebrate it.
Well, Derek, it's an intelligent pass, really tight and congested, well hit, long, over the top. That's exactly what you do when you're crowded, and they've got their reward.
Well, foul play, says the referee. Both managers deciding this is the time to change things around. Both teams going to the bench. Oh, a lovely ball. In it goes! Such a complete performance. 4 in front now.
Well, here we see it again, and it's all about the pace of the passing. One touch, slick movement, but then there's plenty to do from there. He's hit it so well, lots of pace, lots of power, and the keeper just can't react in time. Great strike.
Credit to them for winning back possession. And news coming through from one of the other matches. It's a penalty award, Alan McInally.
It's a penalty for Manchester City. He's put the ball down on the spot.
And it might be. Oh, there it is! It's one goal after another, and it speaks to the quality of that performance. It's a massive lead, and it's very hard to imagine them losing it now. And in the perfect position to read it. Patrick Bamford. Well, that is how to nullify the opposition. Pretty routine there for the goalkeeper.
It's time for Brazil. We're going to take a look at their standings, see how things went, and take a look at which teams are moving on to 199
Opportunity. And a goal here. There it is. They've done it.
Well, Derek, the keeper's not going to want to see the replay of this. Completely caught out at his near post. Shocker.
In the hand of
1 minute remaining.
again, boys. I like it, lads.
The referee's verdict is 3 additional minutes. James Maddison will take it away. He won the ball. Well, there goes the final whistle. Leeds get the victory and take the 3 points. Lee, how would you assess this?
Well, it was a very...
Rolling in 135-point tie. The VR came in the first game, so that's where you know every game matters. It doesn't matter where you get that VR, it's huge for the tiebreaker as well. They roll through all the way up to the top with D-God, Mojak, and Frosty. 204 points, Kelly, with 2 VRs.
Yeah, 2 victory royales, 42 eliminations for that team. I mean, this right here, incredible teams moving forward to the finals for Brazil.
Now, I know what you're thinking next. Speaking of the game plan, hold on, just a minute. There's a couple things we gotta talk about first. One of those things is heat number 1 of NA West. That's right, we have 3 heats happening right now in NA West. One of them is already done. We're gonna watch heat 2, but then we'll be checking with the standings of heat 3 throughout the competition. Let's take a look at the standings from heat number 1. Quito, Skadoosh, and Paul, 180 points. For Shy Wager, there's a tiebreaker for that number 1 spot.
Had the number 1 spot tie broken all the way towards the top, and I'm like, hey, let's check out the VRs. The VRs are looking good. They're looking fine. That's also a tie. You have to go over to the Elims, which is where we see Quito, Skadoosh, and Paul World all the way up top with 34. They have that better
better average right there. They got slightly more aggressive from their first game where they got second place with double digits, and then afterwards in that last game where they got third with 9 elims overall. The second place team was trying to keep up. They had kind of more elims overall each game on average, but they didn't have the total amount in general all the way towards the
I played the weekend game.
The difference there.
I won.
You look at some of these teams, Batman and Trashy Demon Roses, those are big names to expect in the finals.
Yeah, and Trashy Demon Roses and Vert barely scraped by. It was 1 point from 6 and 7.
Get us go, boys.
They have another shot tomorrow during our reboot round.
Top off.
Oh man, I can't wait to watch.
Boys, we back.
Tomorrow's. Because we right now got to take a look at some of these incredible trios coming into this heat right here. In case you're like, which team should we follow? Hey, don't worry, they'll be breaking it down for us.
The first team that we have to be talking about right now, it's Symmetrical, Cadenox, and Turtle Tavern. They're probably considered the #1 seed in this heat right now. Obviously, we know that in Season 5, in fact, it was actually Symmetrical separated from Turtle Tavern and Cadenox. Both of those teams placed in the last finals. They've done a good job in Qualifier 1. They got 4th place, so they barely made it into the finals in Qualifier 1. Qualifier 2, they did get 7th place. Qualifier 3, though, they weren't able to break it in. But now we're going to be looking at Jack Bear, Solution, and Mojo.
Yeah, they're rolling in as well from a spot where you might have maybe considered their roll in as well, top 3 in the quals, not the actual situation. They're also coming in as one of the hottest teams to watch. They're going to be rocking from Weeping Woods. Like the way they always play, it's always going for wins every game. Some teams like to stay consistent. These guys like to blow up when they're always on stage, so it'll be exciting to watch. Past that, though, some pocket picks as well. Wheels, Tatai, and Caleb, they're rolling in hot. I feel like they still have a lot to prove this season as to stay in their top elite trio.
I mean, they have an uncontested spot in Pleasant Park, which we know Pleasant Park is an incredible PO1, and there's plenty of teams around them to get those Storm Surge tags, which is something that they've had issues in the past. So I'm really actually looking forward to watching Caleb, Tatai, and Wheels, who kind of had a rough performance in the first and second qualifier, but then did get 10th place in the third qualifier. They've also all placed in pretty much every finals within the last year, each of these individual players, depending on if it's duos, solos, squads, or whatever. These 3 players have been a part of competitive Fortnite for a long time. And now as a trio together, I'm really excited to see how they're going to evolve as a team.
Speaking of teams, I think we need to take a look at these predictions. I think this has only happened one other time. If you look on your screen, you recognize that second name, you recognize that third name, because that is the name of our analyst on the analyst desk. And wouldn't you believe it, those are the exact same picks. Would you guys like to talk about this?
Hold on. There's.
And the game begins.
Double fusion going on, Kelly. We gotta hold our ground.
De Jong.
Oh my gosh, and you have to say fusion.
And Torres on the ball.
Team as well.
Harrison.
I'm having so
At times they make passing look easy.
Right now, like
De Jong. Jack Harrison has it. Could cross it in here. Able to clear the danger. Corner kick though here. Delivering it into the box. Takes the shot. Good defending to prevent the chance. Now what can they produce on the flank? Suchek. And very deftly cut out. He continues his run. And do they mean business on this occasion? Looks promising, this. Big chance! Keeper did his job to begin with. But after that fantastic effort, it's gone out for a throw-in. Straightforward piece of goalkeeping. Patrick Bamford. Still on level terms, moving the ball nicely.